the video for my Bitty Blossoms flower dies. There are 3 flowers and 3 leaves in the set, and I'm going to show you some tips and techniques for using them with different mediums. Okay, these are the Bitty Blossom dies. There's this large one, a medium, and a small one. And then you've got 3 different leaves. You've got the large and the medium size, and then you've got these that are connected together in the center. There's a bunch of different ways that you can use the dies. You can just die cut them and not worry about the embossing, and you'll just get something like this. And depending on how many layers you have, you might end up with a little bit of an emboss. But I wasn't trying to emboss these. You can also wet the paper when you do the die cutting, so that when you do the embossing, you will end up with a nice deep emboss. You can also ink your dies first before you put them through the machine. So you ink them and then you put it on top of the paper that you want to die cut, and then this is what you end up with. It inks wherever the metal is. Then you go ahead and you cut it and also emboss it, or you can cut it and then emboss it and then ink over it afterwards. And this is another one where it was inked over afterwards. And these are using my new mixed media stacks from GCD. So this is a watercolor paper. This is actually no, this one is manila paper, like what shipping tags are made out of. This is the craft label. So it's got the sticky on the back, which is kind of fun, and I'll show you something really great about using that. And then this is the artistic paper. Okay, so what I have here is a foam pad, and this is just what some brads came in. And then I have an embossing tool from 10 Second Studios, and this is just the perfect size. You can also use other smooth-ended objects. You want to make sure that there's no seams in the plastic or anything, and so that's kind of why I like using the embossing tools themselves. So we're going to start with the large flower, and the way that I like to make these is if I want this color to be on the top, and not the blue, but I want this color on the top, then what I'll do is I will take the embossing tool and I will just press into the foam with the pink side up. Then I'm going to flip this over for all the rest of them. So for the first 2, I embossed so that they would be, the pink side would be up, and then all the rest of it is being embossed from the back side. Okay. So now all you have to do is start to roll. And since I did the pink side in, that makes it really easy. And then I don't even look at what I'm doing because I'm not gluing it at this point. And I'll be able to go back and loosen it and tighten it wherever I want. So I'm just holding the top and the bottom of the die and just spinning it. This is such an easy flower to make. And the paper that I'm using for this flower is from my Botanique collection. Okay, so right now that doesn't look so pretty. But what you'll want to do is just kind of let it loosen up. Spread it out and pinch it around until you like the way it looks. So you just let it spin. Then you're going to take some glue, put it on the back. And then just kind of press that down into it. Then from here you can kind of bend the petals out a little more. See, wasn't that easy? Okay, so I've already done the embossing on this one, but this is with my craft label paper that's in the mixed media stacks. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the backing because it is a sticker. Okay, now on this one I have to be a little bit more careful because it is sticky already. So I want the sticky side up, and I am going to roll this towards the middle. So I'm just going to try and roll it really loosely. And I also want to make sure that as I'm rolling, that where the petals are, you don't want all of the petals to be in the same spot. You want to make sure they're slightly offset. So you have to be really careful how you roll. You'll be able to move it a little bit, as long as you don't like really press it together. And loosen it up a little bit so that those petals aren't going in the same direction. And then when you get to the end, you just take that round part, put it right over that. Okay, and then there's your flower. So the reason why we did this with the sticky side up is because we're going to take my fairy dust glitter, and I'm using Pralines and Cream, and we're going to sprinkle it right over the flower, and so everywhere where it's sticky, the glitter is going to stick to it. And then look at that. Isn't that adorable? Okay, the last flower that we're going to make is the smallest one, and this one I have the whole thing bent towards the center. Okay, so I did not go in the opposite direction on this one. I want all of the petals to go into the center. I'm just rolling it. This one I think is the easiest one to make. And you could do these in the opposite direction so that the petals go outward. But I like how it makes something that looks like a little bud, like a little mum flower. Isn't that easy? And then if you wanted to, you could actually add a second layer on. Just add some glue to the outside edge. Then add another one, and then just keep twirling. Then add some glue. And then hold that in the center, and there you go. So it's a little bit bigger flower. So this is an artist trading card that I've made using the Bitty Blossoms, as well as some stamps from Argon Wild that are compatible with my Spellbinder dies, as well as some Want to Scrap denim and canvas that are also compatible with my Spellbinder dies. So that's my Bitty Blossoms. Aren't they fabulous? I just love them. Don't forget, come back tomorrow and you'll have a chance to win the ATC card that you saw during the tips and techniques when I do my reveal of my Art Gone Wild stamps for the winter release.